You don't go broke because you're poor. You go broke because you're blind with money. Every impulse purchase is a blade slashing your future. Every month without a budget is a backward step you don't even see. The cruelest part? You've become numb to the anxiety. The stability you think you have is a fragile illusion. This is not a financial tips video. This is a direct assault on the flawed mindset you've carried for years. Now it's time to peel back the delusion. Because what comes next will wake you up harder than going broke. Poverty isn't caused by low income, it's a system failure. Let's expose the truth. Society keeps quiet. You're not poor because you earn too little. You're poor because you misuse what you already have. People spend money to soothe anxiety, then panic when their accounts run dry. This isn't about lack of income. It's a lack of strategy. If you build a castle on emotional sand, don't be surprised when it collapses. Want freedom? Start by seizing control. No excuses, no victims, just decisions. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep after the storm of expenses. Some people earn 6 figures and still live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they spend to maintain an image instead of building a foundation. They look rich on social media but live bankrupt in reality. If you don't practice financial discipline, you'll be a puppet dancing to the tune of sales, discounts, and dopamine. What you need isn't more money, it's awareness of manipulation. A wealthy mindset has nothing to do with salary and everything to do with controlling your cash flow. The ones with the right thinking build budgets not because they're broke, but because they want power. They don't spend on impulse, they spend with intention. They don't wait for miracles. They create stability day by day through precise choices. A budget isn't a cage, it's a weapon. If you don't know where your money goes each month, you've already handed your future over to luck. Fake income, false security, financial illusion. You don't truly know how much you earn until you sit down and analyze your cash flow. Income isn't what your contract says, it's what's left after every fixed and fluctuating expense is deducted. Most people don't measure this. They spend based on the feeling of still having money rather than understanding financial truth. That's how they get lost, thinking they're stable while silently being devoured by invisible financial erosion. Look closer and you'll be shocked. Utility bills, subscriptions, impulse lunches, and daily coffee, these aren't harmless habits. They're slow killers. Hundreds of "it's just a small expense" moments combine into a tidal wave that drowns your future. You don't need massive debt to collapse financially, just enough unchecked micro-spending. If you don't know exactly where your money goes, then you're letting your money do what it wants. And trust me, money without direction is a weapon turned against you. It's time to look into the financial mirror with brutal honesty. You need to list everything: primary and side incomes, fixed and flexible expenses, short and long-term debts. Categorize, assign numbers, and face that spreadsheet like it's a survival report. Don't fear the data, fear the ignorance, because no one defeats you better than your own neglect. If you don't measure it, you can't fix it. That's not a theory. That's financial law. Without goals, you become someone else's target. Not setting financial goals is like driving with no map. You're moving, but you're not arriving. Money flows in, then out, then vanishes. Nothing to show for it. If you don't define what you want, short-term, mid-term, long-term, others will define it for you. Brands, ads, sales tactics, they already have goals. Take your money. And they're winning. You, on the other hand, are wandering through life with good intentions and bad outcomes. Dreams only gain power when translated into financial actions. A spontaneous vacation isn't a reward, it's an escape. An unplanned new car isn't a milestone, it's a financial trap. Money doesn't care about dreams. It obeys structure. If you don't have clear, measurable goals, you'll spend to feel better instead of to get better. The market is engineered to exploit goalless minds. Either you direct your money or it funds someone else's strategy. Each goal is a protective wall for your money. Short-term goals are magnets that keep you moving. Mid-term goals anchor your direction. Long-term goals are your compass. Without them, you live only for today, while debt and chaos wait tomorrow. A clear goal isn't just a financial tool, it's a psychological shield. The most powerful financial weapon you'll ever own? A goal broken into measurable, trackable steps. Anything less is fantasy. 3 budget strategies that slice poverty at the root. A budget isn't paperwork. It's a blade forged to sever financial chaos. You don't need what's trending, you need what works. Choose one of these. 50-30-20. Simple, balanced, sustainable. The envelope system. Brutally effective, hands-on control. Zero-based budgeting. Absolute precision, every dollar assigned. Pick one. Stick to it. Don't keep switching like a desperate gambler. This isn't theory. This is your defense against poverty, dressed in convenience. The 50-30-20 method is popular for a reason. 50% goes to essentials, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or debt. Everyone understands it, yet few follow through. Why? Because it forces them to confront reality. The envelope system might seem outdated, but it's highly effective for emotional spenders. Physically separating money makes it tangible, painful to lose. Sometimes old-school methods outperform fancy apps. Pain is a teacher. Visibility is power. Zero-based budgeting is for control freaks, and that's not an insult. It means every dollar you earn is given a job. Bills, savings, investing, even guilt-free spending. Your budget should end at zero, not from lack, but from order. There's no extra cash lying around to tempt you. This system is for those who treat their money like soldiers. Idle dollars invite chaos. Assigned dollars build empires. Find the system that matches your willpower and turn it into a discipline. Without tools, willpower collapses. Willpower is fragile. It dies after a bad day, a dopamine hit, or a simple scroll through online shops. You might feel motivated on Monday and wreck your budget by Friday. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. But systems aren't emotional. Systems save you when your feelings sabotage you. You need tools, not someday. Now. Without them, you'll fall back into chaos disguised as freedom. Some thrive with pen and paper, raw, simple, tactile. Others prefer spreadsheets, customizable, logical, visual. Still others use apps, automated, real-time, analytical. Each method has pros. What matters is whether you pick one and stick to it until it becomes muscle memory. It's not about finding the perfect app, it's about building a daily financial rhythm that keeps you anchored when your discipline wavers. Choose your tool. Make it your second brain. Tools don't replace discipline. They reinforce it. There will be days you're tired, stressed, impulsive. That's when your system must hold the line. Tools track, remind, limit, and alert. They're your backup when willpower crumbles. Don't wait for disaster to build your shield. Equip it now, because once your money goes off course, it takes triple the effort to drag it back. Tools aren't accessories. They're armor. A budget must be alive, not decoration. A budget made once and forgotten is self-deception, dressed as planning. You can't control money with an outdated sprite changes. Prices rise, emotions fluctuate, crises strike. If your budget doesn't evolve, it dies. A real budget isn't static, it's alive. It adapts, reacts, grows. A lifeless document won't protect you. You need a system that breathes with your reality. Otherwise, you're just pretending to manage money while chaos brews quietly behind the curtain. Tracking your budget isn't boring, it's mastery. When you review your numbers, you're not just adjusting figures, you're confronting your habits. Do you really spend what you think? Eating out, subscriptions, impulse buys, they add up fast. Most people are shocked when they finally look. That shock is gold. It's the clarity you need to reroute your finances before disaster hits. Look at the data. It doesn't lie. It reflects who you really are with money. Build a financial review routine, weekly spending check, monthly goal alignment, quarterly total overhaul. This isn't micromanagement, it's mental training. You're reprogramming your brain to treat money strategically, not reactively. Wealthy people don't wait until year-end to audit their lives. They course correct often and early. Regular reviews are not tedious, they're transformative. Neglect your budget, and you're not just disorganized, you're declining. A passive budget is a silent saboteur. Low income isn't your enemy, habits are. Stop blaming your paycheck. Some people live well on very little, others drown with plenty. The difference? Habits. If you can't manage a small income, you'll only scale the chaos with a larger one. The issue isn't your numbers, it's your response. If spending to feel better is your financial reflex, then you're writing your own downfall. No outside forces needed. The cost of poor habits compounds faster than most debt ever could. Irregular income isn't a death sentence, it's a challenge, one you can outthink. The solution isn't waiting for stable paychecks, it's budgeting around your lowest expected income. That sets a safety floor. Any extra becomes cushion or growth capital. Build an emergency fund from that difference. That fund isn't luxury, it's mental armor. When life throws a blow, it keeps you steady. Preparation isn't pessimism, it's power. The calmest people in chaos are the ones who planned for it. Life won't send a warning before the car breaks, illness hits, or work vanishes. But solid finances always send a signal. You're ready. Set aside a monthly buffer. Not out of fear, but out of intelligence. Unexpected expenses aren't rare, they're guaranteed. The question is, will they destroy you or bounce off the safety net you built? You don't need more income to sleep well. You need a system that doesn't collapse when things go wrong. Saving is for stability. Investing is for escape. Most people think saving is the end goal. Wrong. Saving is the launch pad. If you're just hoarding cash without putting it to work, you're standing still while the world accelerates. Saving helps you stand. Investing helps you rise. Letting money sit in your bank account too long is legal financial decay. Money must move, grow, and multiply. Only through investing do you escape the loop of earn, spend, wait, repeat. Where to begin? With simplicity. The emergency fund. It's your first fortress. 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Non-negotiable. Then don't dive into investing like a thrill seeker. Investing isn't gambling. Start with foundational tools. Index funds, ETFs, stable stocks. Investing isn't about getting rich quick. It's about slowly building something unshakable. Every day your money works without you is a day you claim your time back from the grind. Investing is a long game. True wealth doesn't come from lucky shots. It's the result of thousands of quiet, consistent financial decisions. The undisciplined chase shortcuts. The wise build systems. Don't wait until you have money to invest. Investing is how you get it. Don't wait until you understand everything. Start with what you know. Learn as you go. Every dollar invested today becomes a loyal worker earning for you day, night, and beyond your lifetime. Spending habits. The silent financial killer. Your account doesn't bleed from big decisions. It's death by 1,000 tiny cuts. A coffee here, a click there, adjust this once every week. Poverty isn't caused by lack, it's caused by unconscious repetition. Every impulsive swipe is a bullet to your future. Impulse buying isn't freedom, it's weakness. And marketers are trained to weaponize your brain chemistry. You're not broke, you're under attack. And your own habits are holding the knife. You say, I deserve this. Sure you do, but you deserve freedom more than 5 minutes of dopamine. Don't confuse pleasure with progress. Stop being a slave to your emotions just because ads hijack your hormones. Before buying anything, ask yourself, do I need this, or am I avoiding something else? A rich mindset doesn't reject joy. It simply delays gratification to protect long-term value. The market feeds on your urgency. You must slow it down. Train control through small resistance. Try the 24-hour rule. Never buy anything instantly. Put it in the cart. Wait, if tomorrow you still want it, consider. If not, you just rescued your freedom. Wealthy people don't spend emotionally. They have systems. They insert friction between urge and action. That friction is the dividing line between abundance and regret. No one goes broke from one bad choice, but 100 tiny yeses, that's how you drown. A budget isn't a cage, it's a gateway to power. People avoid budgets because they think it limits them. The truth? A budget is the first requirement for freedom. Without one, you're enslaved to fear, to randomness, to invisible forces. A budget doesn't take away your choices, it protects them. With a budget, you don't just hold on to money. You hold on to clarity. Stability isn't an accident. It's engineered. No plan means no control. And no control means chaos dressed up as convenience. Budgets aren't for the poor. They're for the strategic. People with real money understand. If you don't direct every dollar, someone else will. A clear plan lets you spend with intention, save with purpose, and invest with confidence. Budgeting doesn't make life dull. It removes the anxiety that kills joy. Those who resist structure will always serve those who master it. Freedom doesn't come from spontaneity. It comes from systems. No one is born knowing how to handle money, but the smart ones learn fast, before life teaches them the expensive way. A budget is a blueprint, a strategy, a firewall, a launch pad. It's not about being tight-fisted, it's about being tactical. People with budgets know what they want and where they're headed. Those without, they're drifting. And anyone drifting eventually crashes. Not budgeting isn't harmless. It's financial negligence with lifelong consequences. You've seen it now. Financial freedom doesn't come from earning more. It comes from controlling what you already have. No one gets rich by accident. No one sleeps peacefully through chaos. Budgeting, goals, discipline, tools. These aren't suggestions. They're requirements. Every day you hesitate is a day your finances erode. And if you walk away from this unchanged, you won't need someone to sabotage your life. You'll do it yourself. Choose now. Stay trapped in illusions. Or start building a system that makes money obey you forever.